Now to Putnam County, where a nursing home is being fined $53,000 after being described as dangerous.
Most sensitive of people at the Crestwood Nursing Center, and they now have until June 30th to sell, or the residents who live there are going to have to move. Renata DiGregorio on your side this morning. We're learning some of the nurses, in fact, they aren't even comfortable enough to perform CPR with patients.
That is what nurses told investigators. And according to this 54-page report from the state, a patient actually died because it took 5 minutes before someone gave them CPR, and they were found unresponsive right before that. At Crestwood Nursing Center, it's now open, even though the state says it found deficiencies that could cause serious injury, harm, impairment, or death to a resident. The center is not eligible to renew its license. It was fined $53,000 and given until June 30th to find a new owner. Last year, that was a moratorium put on accepting new patients. That was lifted earlier this year, though. The state's Agency for Healthcare Administration confirmed to us that Crestwood must now find a new owner, but the administrator, Brenda Smith, disputed the state's findings, calling them inaccurate.
We have cleared all those deficiencies, and we have also passed our most recent survey. We are not closing Crestwood, nor are we planning on selling anytime in the future.
We also talked with a nonprofit consumer advocacy group that's been following all of this. We're going to hear from them in the next half hour about why the director there says the patients should be the first priority. Reporting live, Renata DiGregorio, First Coast News on your side.